We got to clear the elephant in the room, man. What's up with Don King, bro? Everybody want to know. You trying to get your bread and he trying to stall your fight, man. What's up with that,
hey,
Don?
This definitely need to be on the front page.
Well, talk to us. Know any fighter that you know scared of you and walked away from you? Say that man's name on the front page podcast. I'm just
who's the most overrated heavyweight right now in boxing?
No, overrated I would say. Yeah, so there's a lot of different fights out there.
Can we get that Usyk fight back?
Oh yeah, and
Usyk, can we run that
one back? Yeah. How many rounds is it?
It's a 10-round fight.
Okay.
But when you said that, I automatically, how many rounds is going to go?
But if he's a little overweight, he going down in 8. Hey, y'all know what time it is, man. I'm one half of the show right here, Mr. One Gotta Go Show.
I'm the other half, Jay File.
And this is the Front Page Podcast, baby. Make sure y'all like and
welcome
subscribe.
Back.
Welcome back, man. How y'all doing, man? How you doing,
I'm good. I'm good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. We got royalty in the building,
I know,
man.
bruh.
Now, before I say this brother's name, I've been waiting 8 months to interview this brother. You know what I'm saying? But to his credit, he wanted to wait till he had something cracking to come talk about. And I respect that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't nobody want to come to the front page with nothing to talk about on the front page. You feel what I'm saying? So none other. I'm going to hurry up and run right into it.
Let's get into it.
Because I'm hyped. We talking about boxing. I got none other than Michael Bounty Hunter. You feel me?
Yeah.
Or we gonna call him the Boogeyman.
The Boogeyman.
Because he said people is running, bro.
Running.
I mean, AKA, BKA, you know.
AKA, BKA, better known as, also known as. So, man, I'm jumping right into it, bro. Big Baby out there talking a lot of trash, man. Like, how did this fight even come about, bro? But before that, I want to know, we got to clear the elephant in the room, man. What's up with Don King, bro? Everybody want to know. You trying to get your bread and he trying to stall your fight, man. What's up with that, Don?
This definitely need to be on the front page.
Well, talk to us about it on the front page, man. Don, you got to cut that shit out, man.
Yeah, Don just, he like, one of them ex-girlfriends you can't get away from right now.
Don.
And,
that's bad.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't fulfill his contract. He was in breach of contract. We did all the necessary litigation stuff with the lawyers, and it was no answers. And then I was the mandatory for Kubrat Pulev for the WBA regular belt title, and he ended up winning the purse bid. So it kind of looked like he was still my promoter at the time, but he really wasn't even my promoter at the time. He just won the purse bid. And that was my last fight was with him.
I remember that fight.
Yeah, so it kind of made it look like he was still my promoter in a sense, And then we got onto the bout part, and Pulev has been running. He's been running for the last
track star.
Yeah,
why you running?
He's a track star.
That's right, all day.
Pulev, stop running, bro. You's a bum.
Yeah, and they've been trying to do illegal gymnastics or legal gymnastics and just jump around through hoops and stuff. And Don King and Pulev they're not agreeing with each other. They're not friends, but they're using the same tactics, which is a stall tactic. And then they're just wasting people's time. And they were basically trying to prolong it until I jumped out, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what happened. They got what they wanted. And Don didn't really like it, and now he don't really have a dog in the fight. But the one thing is Don is a master of deception, you know what I'm saying? So, and in boxing, most of the time it's what it looks like and not what it is, So I say that to say, like, Don King, like they already ordered Pulev versus Fabio Wardley. They already moved me from the mandatory position. But the next day, Don, now, mind you, the WBA probably don't got a big following. They just posted it and just say they just announced it.
Right.
But then Don said, no. He announced the date, October 4th, and said Michael Hunter's fighting Pulev, but who he probably paid a couple of media who got social media and got millions of followers. So it got overshadowed. The WBA stuff got overshadowed, and I've been hearing more Don King stuff than anything. And I'm like, y'all didn't hear that they already moved on. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, he's suing the WBA. But then he's saying that we're fighting, so I don't know what he's doing. Is he suing him?
Yeah, what he?
Hey, my nigga, like 87 years old.
No, he's 94. He's gonna be 94.
Damn,
August.
Don, he's suing niggas at 94 years old.
Hey, and he's sharp too. I gotta.
That's what's up.
He don't got like. Yeah, he's sharp. He got a memory. He don't got no memory problems, and he's sharp because he he know how to argue. Like he'll have you arguing about something you ain't even arguing about. Like, it ain't even no subject. You know, he got you going the other way. I'm like, he know what he doing, man. And
he's a verbal boxer.
And he know how to
boxer.
Yeah,
for sure. 100%.
And he knows. He just knows how to. You know, he been around. You know what I'm saying? He got the clout and you know what I'm saying, the resume and all that. People a little spooked about him, but you know, I wasn't gonna you know, risk anything. So before I even you know. Because it's always it's a risky business, you know.
For sure.
And before I even took that jump, I had to make sure that it was gonna be something I could follow through, and it was gonna be solid, or I wouldn't even risk it. I would have been still in the mandatory position. But once they had answered 2 questions for me, that normally that is my problem when it comes to fights is the opponent, and usually the opponent will pull out or they'll ask for too much money. Or, you know, they'll just say, "Nah, I'm not fighting him," and they'll keep going with the other opponents. Let's say I'm still, you know, they still want to use me, and then everybody will kind of do that, and then they'll just say, "Well, Michael Hunter is too difficult to work with," and then
dang, they did you like
try to paint a picture like you.
Like you difficult to work with. God damn it, that's out of line.
Yeah, and they push me off to the side, and now I'm basically I don't got no fight. So, that was the answer. I was like, I don't think Big Baby's gonna fight me. We cool, and you know, I think you know we know what's going on. So
he been talking big trash. You know what I'm saying?
So then, what I did here though was because I kept telling him I have to be sure. You know, I can't make no, and they said that they said he outpriced himself originally. And then
Big Baby?
Yeah.
Big Baby.
Yeah. And then he came back and they said, I think Turkey and them told him, you know, if you don't fight on this one, you ain't going to have any other opportunities or don't ask for any other opportunities. So I think his back was a little against the wall. He probably came down on the price and, you know, got realistic.
Because that's what boxers do, man. When they scared, they'll price themselves out to fight. Tell them give me $10 million.
Yeah.
Nigga, you know you ain't worth $10 million.
Say no.
You say no. You run it. You saying the figure. So now that we here, bro, we fighting Big Baby Miller, man. How does that feel? Because at one point, he was a force to be reckoned with in the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say you getting him too late because he's still a name and you need that name on your resume.
He only got 1 loss.
You feel me? I mean, but you know, that boy wide and all outside, man. You should finish him. Boy. I'm talking about, it shouldn't even be no question, bro. You gonna come into the fight weighing 80 pounds less than this man. You feel me?
Yeah, endurance gonna be way, you know.
It'll probably be my biggest weight gap. But you know, he's a lot, he doesn't even fight like he used to.
No.
You know, he's a lot bigger, you know what I'm saying? A lot
Couch
more
potato.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't taking the credit away from you because you're going to put pause on that boy. I'm just saying what I done seen over the last couple years, his last few outings.
Yes.
He's not, you know
I originally met him, we were at Vladimir Klitschko camp. You know, I was an amateur going up there, and he was already a turned pro and whatnot. And we were cool. We hit it off up there, and we've kind of been cool ever since. And then there was like a little friction because he started trying to get the Pulev fight.
Mm-hmm.
But the Pulev fight, I was like, hey man, you gotta stay out my lane. You know what I'm saying? I don't even call you out. I don't say nothing about you or nothing like that. And I was I was like, but I just took it with a grain of salt. Mm. And then he was saying he wanted to fight Big Baby. He originally was supposed to be Big Baby versus Big Baby.
Right.
And then that fell out. Then he was calling Deontay Wilder out. Then he was just calling people out. And then he said, I'll fight anybody. And that was probably the wrong
thing because you popped up like,
I'm from Vegas. You know, I'm ranked number 1 in the WBA right now. So, and
they ranked number 1, baby. WBA.
Yeah.
Give it up, man.
Absolutely.
It took a long time for you to get there, bro. You've been grinding. I've been seeing you grind for the last 10 years.
Yeah, and I was actually already number 1. A couple years ago, they just took me off from inactivity because I couldn't get no fights. So
everybody was running.
Yeah, they removed me, and then before that, I was number 1 in the IBF and mandatory for Filip Hrgovic. So it I ended up having to play all these little hoops and games because from my IBF title, I let it go, but to get a WBA mandatory position, and then it just kept going down the hill, you know what I'm saying? And having and it's hard to have people when you don't have people representing you like that.
Right. So let me ask you, who's the most overrated heavyweight right now in boxing?
Me.
Would you say?
That's for sure.
Okay. Overrated
or
underrated?
I said
overrated. Overrated.
Oh, you said overrated?
Overrated.
Oh, you said underrated.
No,
Okay,
overrated.
that's what
My
I said.
bad.
Me, nah, nigga, you better.
No, overrated. I would say.
That's a good question too. Say that nigga's name too if he's overrated. I don't know. Whoever you was gonna say, you look like you was about to be nice.
I don't know.
Call him
I don't
out,
know.
bro. If he's overrated, tell him he's overrated, bro.
I don't know.
Ain't no friends in boxing.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Dillian White. They fight tomorrow.
Dylan White, you fighting tomorrow? You overrated ass, bro.
Yeah.
Who we fighting tomorrow?
He's fighting Moses Atuma.
Okay.
Who's a young? He's like 20 years old. Big, weighed 245. Weighed in. A big boy. Southpaw. He got good feet, good hand speed. He's explosive. Everybody's very hyped on this kid.
For
so,
sure.
Yeah.
Hey, man, what I want to know is, bro, real talk, what type of game plan you feel you got to put together to go up against somebody who's going to be 70 to 80 pounds bigger than you? Like, what's the, I know, don't give it away, but if you're going to give it away, give it away on the front page.
I'm going to flatten the tire for sure. You know,
Yeah.
put a little, take a little air out.
You got to take a little air out that midsection.
Yeah.
And then again, too, a lot of big guys, like him, he holds a high guard. He wants you to hit him in the belly because, they could take it right there. You know what I'm saying? When I was bigger, I used to be able to take this. I used to just open my arms up and hit me. Go ahead. Now I can't take a body shot for now. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? You can feel him, So, so I think Big Baby is going to, my plan is, I know he's going to be doing a lot of coming forward. And I'm gonna just be sticking and moving until it's time to jump on him.
How many rounds is it?
It's a 10-round fight.
Okay.
But when you said that, I automatically how many rounds is gonna go?
But if he's a little overweight, he going down in 8.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking you got him on endurance all day,
Yeah.
and he seemed like he gonna tire out quick.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
gonna tire out, bro.
And the thing
He's
is,
gonna tire out.
for sure. Yeah.
He's very experienced. He knows how to manage rounds. He's been doing that for a long time. Obviously he's been getting bigger and bigger. As the years have been coming. But
he living up to that name.
Yeah, even when I first met him, he was big, but he could still move. I was very impressed by his feet. He's too big now to be moving and bouncing on his feet, but he could bounce a little bit. Just so I'm definitely gonna take some air out that tire and stick and move until it's time to pressure him.
Man, put pressure on, put pause on that boy, man. Bring your dancing shoes, but you ain't gonna run from him.
Nah,
just make that big mother tired, man.
Exactly, and that's the plan. That's the game plan is to wear him out and wear him down, and stop him.
Because he might be sitting up eating the number 5 from McDonald's, watching this right now.
Right,
bro. He ain't even tripping, man.
Nah, and he really big. It's hard to get those guys to fall down. You know what I'm saying? I might get stop him, like he might be all lackadaisical, but to get him actually on the ground that's another mission. You know what I'm saying? If you watched him when he fought Daniel Dubois, he was messed up. He had to look at the ref and see if he was okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, help me out. And they just stopped it. He's like, I don't think he's gonna fall on the ground. So you will see. I think I hope the ref just peels me off of him. That's it.
The homie that had enough.
It's always better to have a TKO than a KO in the boxer's eyes. You know
Why is that?
Because that means technically that he isn't going to do nothing with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A knockout, it could be like, oh, he just got me with a good shot. It was an accident or, you know what I'm saying, a mistake. You know what I'm saying?
But when the ref save you,
yeah, you're like, okay.
Shit's over.
In the corner, he like,
he
I ain't coming
looking
out.
too good.
No, I ain't doing that. No. So that's more sweet. That's the sweeter thing for a fighter all day long. That I didn't beat him mentally.
Yeah, man, I heard that, bro. But I want to go back, man, just a little bit because, you come from a fighting family. You know what I'm saying? Your pops was a fighter. Your little brother's a fighter. Your grandpa was in the game. We was talking before the mics and the cameras came on. So just talk to us a little bit about that, man, the stuff you learned from your dad, watching him in the gym.
Yeah. And I have an older brother, too. He's also was a fighter. And, my dad, I never really, I didn't know about that you could be an amateur boxer at an early age. It didn't dawn on me. I always watched Roy Jones was my favorite. I knew he was in the Olympics, but even when he was older than me when he was in the Olympics, I was a little kid at that time. So I'm still thinking he's almost grown to me. You know what I'm saying? He was a grown man to me in the Olympics. So it didn't dawn on me until I started getting a little older. And but my dad used to I always slap box, shadow box with him, and I would most of my amateur fights or my fights was in the neighborhood, in the grass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. My dad always put me up somebody a little bit bigger and tougher, a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I always had to. You know what I'm saying? All right, I showed heart. You know what I'm saying? I might have not got the best of it, but. Hey, you don't do no crying, don't you know what I'm saying? I had to show up, you know what I'm saying?
He was showing you that you can do it. Like you had to build that confidence yourself. He knew, if he sees somebody, if he beats somebody bigger than him, then he gonna feel like he about as big as that man. Yeah, for sure.
And my dad also, he was such a charismatic person, and he was always like the life of the party in a sense. Like anytime we went somewhere, he just had a magnetic field around him, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like something that he tried to do. It's just that's who he was. He played basketball. He was with what they call it, the G League. They call it something else.
Yeah, I think it's it was the D League. Now it's the G League.
Yeah, he was the D League back then. And he used to play. He was a semi-pro and all that. He played.
Oh, he was all around athlete.
Yeah. He loved playing ball. And so he was always, he'd guard you. You know what I'm saying? He talked when he played chess. Oh, he talked. No quiet. He talked mad stuff. I'm gonna push your head to the white meat. Yeah, he's slapping it like it's dominoes. So he talking mess all the way through, And he was Mike Tyson's sparring partner for several years. Wow. And one of his claim to fame was like, if you ask me how hard Mike Tyson hit, I can't answer that because out of the 4 years, he never hit me. You know what I'm saying? That was factual. You know what I'm saying? They paid Don King paid him a lot of money to just sit down for sparring. You know what I'm saying? And he probably barely even worked. You know what I'm saying? Only when it was really time. My dad knew how to get in his head. And you know what I'm saying? So,
Let me ask you, what's something that your dad has given you that still sits with you? You hear it in the ring when you boxing, when you training. Like, what's that thing that sticks with you?
I think it's just something instilled in me. Just because, like I said, the way he was, it's like I ain't never really seen him. You know what I'm saying? Wince up or nothing. You know what I'm saying? He was always he was a dog. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think knowing that, like I said, even when I was sparring the little kids and stuff, the older kids, like just knowing that he was like that, it's like I had to show that, myself. Yeah. Like I couldn't break up like that.
You had to show him that you was just as big of a dog as he was.
Yes, and I come from him. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So
you gotta represent.
It was like that. So I think that had a lot to do with my fighting background. And then my older brother, we used to live in Australia. My dad was a big fighter. He was like Muhammad Ali out there. We were like the first black kids out there in Melbourne. And they said my brothers I was like maybe two or three. I started talking. I had like a little Australian accent or whatever. And they say white people used to come see us all from all over the world, and they'd come touch my hair. It was always like as a little kid, come,
they always want to play with the curls,
right?
Naps or something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then but my brother said, man, you don't know. He told me, he said, you don't know how many fights you fought. Every person that came in that had a son that was either big or small, I don't care who it was. You fought them. We put some gloves on and made you spar them. So I don't remember that part, but
you've been down.
Yeah, I got a lot of more amateur fights than I thought.
Right. You've been down since been down. Well, now with all them amateur fights, bro, my next question is all them amateur fights that led you to the 2008 Olympic team. How was that, man? What was that journey like before going pro?
Man, it was a kind of a tougher journey than my 2012 Olympics because my dad had passed.
Right.
And that was really the whole reason I was really started to box because I knew that would be a bond that me and him could do. And I was trying to get him close. He was living in California at the time. He was training Raven Simone and her mom, doing like celebrity boxing training and stuff like that, getting paid. He was retired now, and he was trying to just find some other ways to support the family. And I said, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start boxing. Cause he gonna have to come. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he gonna have to come show up. So when I was training, I kept telling him I'm about to fight and all that. And actually a couple weeks after he got gunned down in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. And then like I had my fight like a week or two after, and I won or whatever. But I was already originally I was trying to do it for a bond. I was trying to have some experience with my dad, but it immediately turned from something to do for fun into something enjoyment to something I had to do at this point. You know what I'm saying? It was like I started thinking about the money, and you know what I'm saying. It changed very fast, and I never really got to really enjoy, my boxing career like that. You know what I'm saying? And it just never really got off like that. So, and then very early, like I said, I made the team like a year. It was like a year later. I had made the team, and then a year later, you had to qualify for the Olympics and whatnot. And I had my experience, and it just didn't pan out like I wanted to.
Now let me ask you this. This is for all the young fighters that's watching on the Front Page Podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe, man, on all social media platforms. Would you tell a young fighter who's trying to be like you and walk in your steps, would you tell him be all you can be as an amateur and go to the Olympics, or go and wrap you up 30, 40 amateur fights and go and get your money?
I think it depends on the position you in and how old and all that. I think you should try to get as much. I always try to preach to get as much free experience as you can, because it's free, and I'm talking about experiences like, you could go spar, but it's nothing like being under them lights, you know what I'm saying, with fans and people cheering and going against you and stuff like that. Those are experiences that you have to grow through. So, depending on, how you are and who you are, I say, try to get as much amateurs as you can, but don't wait too long,
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a fine balance, because I kind of, not that I regret it, but if I would have turned pro in 2008 and not stay for the 2012 Olympics, I would have been in the, with Tyson Fury, and I would have been coming out with them classes, and the money was different. Every 4 years, the money kept changing. I was a kid. I didn't, I wasn't really realizing it like that. I was just thinking, my dad always wanted me to get a gold medal. So that was another thing I was like near and dear to my heart. You know what I'm saying? I was fighting for, and I couldn't really, I didn't really get it, but it went well.
Man, well, you made a hell of a name for yourself, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
So you mentioned Tyson Fury, and I'm just curious, right? Because that's an interesting fighter.
Well, say something,
right?
then.
So I'm just curious. I'm not really a fan, but you know what I'm saying. That's just my opinion.
I fought him.
But if you fought him,
yeah, I fought him in the amateurs.
Okay, now if you fight him again, how would you go about? What would be your strategy?
Tyson Fury.
Ew.
Well, you know what? And when I was in the amateurs, we had 3 rounds.
Yeah, talk about that too.
Yeah, we had 3 rounds, but they usually, when you go travel, it's a duel, USA versus whatever. You know, you usually have an A team and a B team if there's 2 teams. So, I mean, it'll be me and another heavyweight, and we'll be basically teammates. Whoever we fight, they usually switch. You know what I'm saying? But me and Tyson Fury were the only heavyweights at that time, so we had to fight twice. You know what I'm saying? So in my head, I said I got 6 rounds instead of 3 rounds. You know what I'm saying? So I said, I'm over in England now, and I already know what time it is. So I said, he's too big and too crafty for me to knock him out in 3 rounds. I just,
because he is crafty.
Yeah, I can see my energy. I can't do that. I can see that. I don't know if I can. I would have to get a good shot and blah blah blah. So I said, you know what? This first fight, I'm gonna make it a dog fight. I'm gonna just rough him up. I'm gonna just make it ugly. It ain't even gonna be pretty. The next fight, I'm gonna knock him out. I'm gonna outbox him. I said, so my plan was working. If you watch the fight, I literally almost had him out on his feet in the corner, but just like I said, I couldn't get him down. He was out, but he was so big tough in the corner. And the bell rang or whatever, and they gave him the fight, right?
Oh,
I was so upset, but actually I wasn't upset, because I was like, I knew, I didn't care who it was, who said what and what the outcome was. I knew I got the best of him. And I was feeling crappy, like my body wise. You know what I'm saying? I was like beat up. My neck was, you know what I'm saying, just from being in the war. But I knew if I felt like that, he was feeling worse than me. So I was my plan was going to plan. When we came to the weigh-ins, this month didn't even show up.
Damn.
And And I didn't. That never dawned on me until
Tyson Fury, you was running in the Olympics.
He's
Tyson?
a runner. He's a track star.
Not Tyson Fury, not the man that whooped Deontay Wilder. He was running.
Yeah, I mean they gypsies. They do gypsies. Gypsy tactics.
Now, before I ask you this next question, man, I'm gonna sip this good water. You know what I mean?
We
Because
all
we
gonna
do
take
got
a sip.
sponsored by Alki, some of the best water in the market. You know what I'm saying? Go on, sip it, man. Tell me how crispy it is. That's some good water right there.
Quench your throat. That's real.
That's some good water right there. That's some good water.
Hit you right in the back.
We need to find out how we can get you drinking this in between rounds, man. When you fight, man.
Hey, just
you
bring
know what I'm saying? We will. Day you heard him. He said just bring him. We make sure we gonna bring him to the gym, man. This next question is sponsored by Alki. Make sure y'all get your Lobato. They in your stores all over Vegas, baby. Get you one. Now, the bounty hunter. You know, when you a bounty, normally you go looking. You feel me? And when you go looking, people is running.
Yeah, that's right.
But now, you know what I'm saying? You the boogeyman. And you the most avoided heavyweight in the game right now. That's what they saying.
That's what they saying.
I ain't making this up.
No.
That's what reporters are saying. That's what boxing enthusiasts are saying. That's what professional sport boxing enthusiasts are saying. Right. So can we name call? Do you know any fighter that you know scared of you and walked away from you? Say that man's name on the Front Page Podcast. I'm just saying, because if you the most avoided man in boxing, you know who avoided you.
Well, there's a lot of, there's this whole bunch.
Give me 5 of them and let's talk bad
Wilder.
About it. Okay. No.
Deontay. Well,
before
really,
Tyson Fury or after Tyson Fury?
Before Tyson Fury.
He was running before Tyson Fury?
They could have.
Really?
Well, the thing is they have a good management team, so it's not like he was, him personally. But one time, one of his people said some crazy stuff. This was after the Tyson Fury stuff. He said some crazy, we offered Michael Hunter to fight. He denied it. And I direct messaged him on Instagram, and I said, "You better fix this, or I'm gonna go crazy on you. You got my main aim." I've been waiting for somebody to just say one thing about me. Yeah. And it was this man talking crap. And you know what? He sent me a message and apologized.
What?
That's the
Bomb Squad.
He apologized and said, I'm going to get my man straight, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay. And I ain't say nothing because originally I was about to start going on social media. Then I said, he apologized. How can I get mad at that?
So you saying it was his management that caused the run? Because I'm shocked because he was, you said, post Tyson, he was hungry. He was looking
Tyson, he was taking
on everybody. But he was on his own path.
That's why I was surprised.
But what I'm saying is Al Heyman could have fed me to Jarrell Washington. I could have fought any of these guys that they had. Any other heavyweights, I can't even think of anybody on the PBC roster pre Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. They was running. You know what I'm saying? And they had it out. If you watch any of my fights. With actually pretty much any company that I've been with, I'm always the B side, even when I'm signed with them.
For sure.
And you'll know that because you'll see Freddie Roach behind in that corner. You feel me? You'll see Buddy McGirt. You feel Ronnie Shields in that corner. You feel me? You'll see them prominent trainers. I'm not really supposed to be winning them fights, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So who else outside of Deontay running from the boogeyman, man? That's just one.
That's one.
Well, I mean, I think Big Baby was running, but
we can't call him a track star now. He done ran to his ass whooping.
Yeah.
You feel me? He ran into his ass whooping.
Yeah, stepped up to.
We can't call him a runner now. No. You feel me? But Big Baby, if you was one of them, you cleaned your shit up. All right.
Yeah.
Who else?
Who else we got? Who else is on that PB? We know Jarrell Washington.
Okay, 3. You ran. I see why you ran, Jarrell. Okay.
Yeah. Andy Ruiz.
Andy?
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Andy,
bro.
And
I stopped Andy. Look.
Did he run? Was this before he beat Anthony Joshua? Was he running?
Right.
Yes.
What?
Really?
Yeah, look.
And
I'm in the world championships. And by the way, I was supposed to get that
Anthony Joshua fight?
Look, they do a betting. I didn't even know they do this on who was going to get the fight. I was a 7-1 favorite because look, what happened was nobody was saying everybody, they kept trying to find opponents, or Luis Ortiz, they kept trying to find opponents, and everybody was saying no, too much time, not enough time, not enough money, blah, blah, blah. They was having all the excuses. I said, I'll fight.
Yeah. Boy.
But I said, but one thing is, shot me in the foot. I said, yeah, too fast. Because what happened was, they like, all right, we'll call you back. So they called me, and I was like, oh. Then they called me, oh, you sure? I'll take it, whatever, it's cool. Boom. I said, look, now if they call me one more time, I know they ain't got nothing. I'm gonna upcharge them now. Mm-hmm. And I was right. It was right at the end. It was damn near getting the deal done. And then Andy Ruiz posted on Twitter that he would take the fight, and then that was what got the whole thing. I mean, obviously he's bigger. He's Mexican. He got more following. Sure. So it was an easier route. And I think he was right about that as far as trying to get his guy.
Damn. So you big motherfuckers, y'all running. Andy Ruiz.
Andy, I was definitely
saying crazy.
Deontay Wilder, you was running. Gerald Washington, you was running. Big Baby.
Like, now
we happy you ran to this ass whooping, but we happy you done running. Who else?
I'm trying to think.
Avoided you, man.
That's
because everybody hate to see the boogeyman at nighttime.
Yeah, and right. And like I said, in the amateurs, I was at the World Championships in Chicago in 2007. Andy was on the Mexico team, and I was on the USA team. He was my first draw. I fought him first. That's my only time I ever 20-pointed somebody. So, and it's a mercy rule in the amateurs. After you get up too hard, it's just. But then after, when we turned pro, he used to keep, bring me back for sparring and different things. So, I had been touching him up for a long time. Consistently, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what I found out what Encore meant, because his people were saying that they was clapping one time. I had done so good on him, and I had him in his they was videotaping. He put that thing right back in his pocket, like, let's not do that one.
Let's not do that.
Yeah, and he got in an argument with his son, like him and his dad, so.
Damn.
But I told somebody, I'm like the Kwame Brown. I'm like, I got all the stories.
Bruh. I mean, but you've been boxing, man, since you was how old?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time. My first amateur fight, I was 17, but, I had been in the gym since I was a little one.
Man, yeah. Now let's bring it all the way forward, man. You know what I'm saying? Because now we want to know more about you. We done went through your history. We done talked about the Olympics. We done talked about people that's dodging you. We done talked about this ass whooping you about to give. What's the date? Where you fighting at? City, hotel, what network? We know who you fighting. Tell everybody what's good, man. Where they can find you and is it pay-per-view? It is DAZN. You're going to have to buy the fight. Get the app. Download the app.
Yes.
Put the code word front page. You ain't getting the discount.
It's gonna be September 11th at Fountain Blue on DAZN.
Wow,
I'm the main event on the
beautiful.
Yeah, on the night. On the weekend of Canelo, Terence Crawford.
How's that feel, bro?
Man, you don't even
your own card on the strip, bro. On your own
in
day,
my city.
On your own day, though. You don't get to share with Terrence, and you get your own day, your own hotel.
Man, you don't even know, man.
Talk to us about that, bro. That's an amazing feeling, because that's what young fighters do it for, to be in this situation.
Exactly, and I wish, I didn't have I have a certain look when I see like we got Sean Porter, people that have dads and people that have family to look over them. You know what I'm saying? I knew if I would have had my grandpa, my dad around here, I wouldn't be going through these situations.
Why you say that? Just because they know the business?
Yeah, they know they would have got to it. You know what I'm saying? And but just to know that, I've been so consistent and so, like I've kept at it, and that it's really just aligned. It's not it wasn't no favors, you know what I'm saying? It just lined up, The fight was in Vegas. I live in Vegas. Right. I'm the number one, you know what I'm saying?
Number one ranked heavyweight in the WBA.
Yeah. So and then Big Baby saying he'll fight anybody. So
he didn't mean that though.
Yeah.
Big Baby, you didn't mean that shit.
Yeah, so
we're about to see.
He done pulled the bounty hunter card.
That's right. And
Big Baby, don't dip that burger in that barbecue sauce, bro. Put it down, bro. Go run your miles, homie. You ain't running from the boogeyman, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, that's right.
Bro, so before we even go further, man, I just want to know, If you ain't got nobody getting your behind the scenes action, the Front Page Podcast can come there and cover all that.
It gotta be on the front page.
You feel me? It
Man,
gotta be on the front page, man. Because you headlining.
Yeah.
This your city, but this my city.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
This your city,
Right.
but this
Exactly.
my city. You feel me? So it's only right for the front page to come in there, bro. Get us any type of credentials we need. We only roll 30 deep. That's it. That's it. We don't need a whole bunch. We just need 30 credentials, bro. That's it.
You don't even know, just like you saying, like it's the opportunity that I could get to eat, that I get to do that. You feel me? That I get to do that. You feel me? And it's you know what I'm saying? It's really just.
You pinch yourself. Is it real?
Yeah,
like,
that's right. I still. I'm like, you know, I'm training for it, but
for sure.
Yeah, you know, it's never happened. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Dog, I'm happy for you. I'm
That's
excited
super
for you
dope. That's
because I
super
remember, bro, when I first came in the boxing business and I was coming down there to Hit Factory. When we first met, you was still on the Olympic shit. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, that's Mike Hunter right there, man. He's Olympic fighter. Feel me? And I just had a little raggedy ass fighter in there training. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, I'm gonna fuck with Mike for sure. But then I ended up working with your brother. I debuted him. Remember, he debuted on my card at Sam's Town. I gave that boy that first knockout. You know what I'm saying? He sent that boy to the hospital too. He ran up my insurance bill. He did. Because you know, he knocked him out, but then his head hit the canvas. It was like a double knockout. Ambulance had to take him, pause the show. We had to wait for another ambulance to come. Keith, I'm mad at you about that, bro. You ran it in my pockets, man. You out of line, bro. So tell everybody what time the fight start, man. Do you know?
I don't know yet. We haven't even got the tickets. I know the promoter, the personal promoter, has his own show this Saturday. So I know once that gets cleared, I think everything's gonna be back on. But like I said, we got a lot of different surprises. It was I always get short notice, so it wasn't not a surprise, but still too short to, you know, sometimes you don't have a lot of time to do things, you know, get your suit and get your outfit and, you know, do your antics and your game plan and all that. But we're doing the best we can, and we know we're going to, you know, it's my city, so, you know, it's our city. So we can
put on for your city.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we're going to be able to get done in a short amount of time. My guy, Max, already told me he's going to walk me out. He's told me to say less. You know what I'm saying? So,
for sure.
We trying to get La Russell out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. La Russell, you better come out, bro. This is the future of heavyweight boxing right here.
Actually, he already told me he was going to. I had
that's dope.
Came to a concert to his up here, and he gave me his number. He was cool.
He seemed
dude.
cool.
He seemed real chill. Yeah.
And even just his energy, his live when he do them concerts, that's really. Like, his music is cool, but him in action is really dope. He's really a real dope performer.
He's a performer.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he gets down.
That's fire.
And, you know, he dropped me the number. I told him I was going to, at some point, you know, I was going to get a fight, you know, right here, and I'll call him. So,
he got to come out.
Yeah.
So, Russell, you better bring your ass out to see the homie,
support him,
man.
Come
on, support the homie, man, on the front page. Bring your ass on the front page, too, Russell, so we can talk about all that good shit you doing. Man. But like we said, man, this is Michael Bounty Hunter, man. He got a fight coming up. Tell him the date again.
September 11th at Fountain Blue.
On the zone.
On the zone.
Headlining his own card. Now, I know as fighters, I ain't never fought. Fighters, you never like to jump forward. You feel me? You always handle one fight at a time. You don't never think past this, right? But fuck all that. Let's throw it out the window. Let's say you already gonna take care of business. What's the next step for you to reach the household name that you want to be? Like, what name do you need on your resume besides Big Baby to be where you want to be?
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Well, one thing is, you know, like I said, we from Vegas. So one thing I'm trying to lock in is getting the residency deal here. Which will be a first time for an athlete.
See where you going with that?
Yes. And,
I can help you with that deal.
Yeah,
I know how residency deals work.
Okay.
I know how they work.
Okay.
Keep going.
So
I like how you're going.
So, you know, we've been talking and speaking with Caesars Entertainment. Yeah. We, you know, sat down and we working out the tools, and they gonna be here. They gonna be front
coming
row.
to the fight. Oh yeah, you know they coming to see. As soon as you win, they gonna throw you the bag.
That's right.
Residency.
That's right. So I'm waiting.
Yeah.
You know, so that's one thing. You know, I want to be able to fight here at home, but also, you know, there's big fights out there for me. You know, we got Martin Bacoli, who you know, already kind of dust off, but you know, they called him the boogeyman.
There's only one boogeyman, and he's on the front page right now.
Right, that's right. And there's a couple of Ajay Caballel. I don't know if y'all familiar with him.
I heard of that name.
Yeah, he been tearing. He stopped the last 3 fighters on Riyadh season with body shots. So they calling him a force to be reckoned with, and because he is, I'd rather take those tough fights right away. That got that reputation. So there's a lot of different fights out there.
Can we get that Usyk fight back?
Oh yeah, and
Usyk, can we run that one back?
Yeah.
Ultimately, that's the only fight actually I really want.
Well, I bet.
As far as competitive,
right?
You know what I'm saying, is to play chess with. Really, in my heart of hearts, that's really the only fight I really want. It ain't really about no money or nothing. I just want that one back.
Get back. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I want you to get that motherfucker back too.
So,
that was a good.
Because I was gonna ask you, like, outside of the team, who you as an athlete, as a boxer, like who do you want to fight? Who your next three lined up?
It's really Usyk for real. I don't really have no other. I just need that one back.
You need to run that back.
Yeah, that's it.
For sure.
Other than that, it's just to get to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I could respect it.
Yeah.
Man, well, before we get out of here, Mike, you got a shout out you want to give to anybody, bruh? Because we could talk to this man all night, but he do got to go get his sprints in. You know what I'm saying? He got to go get it in.
Man.
Shout out to tell him again.
Shout out to the front page.
Shout out to the front page.
I appreciate y'all, bro.
Yeah. Man, just bless us, bro, and let the front page come through and get all your behind the scenes shit for this fight. Shit, you gonna need it, bro.
We with it.
On everything. This your homecoming.
Yeah.
And like you said, we all from Vegas. This your city. You feel me? I know. We know how it rock.
You know how it rock, bro.
Yeah. So
where's the after party at? Yeah. Hold on, we ain't celebrating too fast. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna.
We working on it though. We
working on it.
Yeah, we working on it.
Man, Wap, you got anything you want to say to the homie man before we wrap it up?
Just appreciate you coming down and blessing us with your time, man, and chopping it up with us, man, and wish you all the best and the luck. I know you're gonna put hands on them, but that's it, man. Just thank you, bro. Yeah.
Now, before we get out of here, I just got two more questions because Quan gonna kick us out. Just two more questions. Yeah, because this Michael Hunter here. We gotta know. Who gonna win that fight, bro? Canelo or Crawford?
Oh, damn.
Come on, give us your professional breakdown, man.
We
Who gonna win this fight, bro?
Yeah.
Because I got one more to ask you after that.
You know what's crazy is, I believe in Terence Crawford that he can do it. If it's gonna be done,
he can do it.
Yeah. Terence Crawford gonna get it done. But he got a hard task in front of him because
that's Nello, baby.
Yeah, and not only that, he's been reigning for a long time. He got the judges, on his side. If you even look at the scorecards when it wasn't close, you know what I'm saying?
It was close.
Yeah. And when the rounds that you thought he lost, they didn't give it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They didn't go that way. So, and I don't see Terence Crawford really knocking him out like that. You know what I'm saying? Canelo got he ain't never been dropped.
He's strong.
He been hurt one time and he was a kid. You know what I'm saying? But I think that and Canelo stays in his own space. He walks to you. He doesn't really jump forward with punches. He doesn't come in with punches. He stays in his own space, which I think that's gonna be a little game factor. That's where he can always do all the head movement because he's planning. He's like almost like James Toney, you know what I'm saying? Plan it, but he'll move at the waist. And I think that Terence, he does come forward. He's not a fleet-footed boxer.
Nah, not at all.
He ain't never
southpaw or
he never ran. You know what I'm saying? He never been a runner.
I ain't never ran from a nigga, and I'm damn sure ain't about to. You feel me?
That's right. So I think that he's gonna do some picking, but when he get hit, how is he gonna take it? You know what I'm saying? Because he jumped up from what? He was 135, 140, 147.
Oh, yeah, 135,
yeah, so,
140,
well, let's say his
47.
natural last weight was 147.
Right. Okay.
But then he jumped up to 154.
Yeah, and fought.
And he didn't really...
Dude was crafty, though. He was crafty.
But he didn't really hurt him.
Nah.
He was crafty, though.
He was crafty as hell. He was like a top amateur fighter. His footwork was impeccable,
stuff.
bro. He was... That last fight of his, like... People want to down him and say he ain't ready for Canelo, but we all know styles make fights.
That's right.
So it don't matter how good you are. If this dude got a different style that's kind of throwing you off, you're going to do what you got to do to win the fight.
And even game plan. It don't even got to be the style. It just could be the game plan that night.
Right.
If you, that's what most of the time it comes down to is the game plan. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have it, you could be going with the wrong game plan. And you mess up the race, you know how those runners, somebody trailing behind you, you know what I'm saying? You try to take off on him, and he right behind you. He ain't let you go too far until you got gassed out. Now he just kept that same pace and he just blew by you. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to have the right game plan.
Okay.
So
we said all that to say, who gonna win that fight, bro? Who gonna win that fight, bro? We said,
so you can't even call
it. You don't want to pick on the front page? You gonna call it a draw so they can do it again? Is that what you gonna do?
That's usually my bet. You know, that's usually my bet.
That wouldn't be a bad bet though.
No.
Yes.
Because what other big fight do they got besides this to milk again?
Yes, that would usually be my bet, and I can see that happening because
Hell yeah.
I think Terence Crawford is going to have some points where he's going to be successful,
Yeah.
and he's going to look good in those points. But I don't know if he's going to knock him out. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he got a good chin. He got a good eye. He don't really get hit with no super, crafty shots like that.
Yeah.
Just because of the way he and because he knows he's fighting a smaller fighter like that, he's gonna be aware of those things. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to look bad in a certain way. So he's gonna be a little bit more defensive minded in his own self. You know what I'm saying? And he knows that he has the judges in it, like, he could lose a couple rounds like that. You know what I'm saying? And still, get the edge. That's how I feel.
Okay. All right.
So
And then the next fight, I gotta ask you, because we gotta wrap it up. If Shakur and Tank was to ever get down. Because that last fight from Shakur, everybody said he stood down, he fought, he didn't run, he looked more impressive to the people, right? So I'm just saying, if him and Tank fight, who you got on that fight? Because you can't just say Tank because he got knockout power when Shakur a defensive specialist.
Yes. Well, I think what you're saying is very accurate. Gervonta, I think because he had that little difficult fight with, what's his name?
Yeah, Roach.
With Roach.
Yeah.
He kind of gave him a little blueprint of how to approach the fight. And I think Roach, because they were so young, they fought a few times in the amateurs. Yeah. You even see Gervonta, he couldn't even talk mess with him. He's like, why you ain't talking mess? He's like, your mom's here.
Yeah,
I know your mom.
I ain't gonna talk to you, man, in front of your mom.
Yeah,
That's because you knew that nigga scrap. You
right.
ain't want to talk all that shit.
And they grew up together like that. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
They used to
respect.
Yeah, one from Baltimore, one from DC. They rival.
Right there, yeah.
Yeah, they rival. So, but I think that they gave him, and that gave a look and a confidence on how to approach Gervonta. I think a lot of people, because of his power, would hesitate on approaching how a Roach approached it because he stood in the pocket. He didn't do no boxing like that. So I think that Shakur might get him
on some boxing shit.
Yes, because of the blueprint. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And he showed you that he could apply himself in that way.
If he wants
to. He don't
to.
have to run like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
He got enough skills and movement and IQ to run it off like that.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah, I agree with you, man, 100%, Wop. And you know this is the last one, bruh. And then we up out of here. Jarrell Big Baby Miller versus Michael Bounty Hunter. How does that fight go?
I think it ends late.
Okay.
But it ends with my hand being up.
I know that's right.
That's holding a bottle of alky.
Yeah. And that's the only guarantee I could call. You know, I really can't. I don't. One thing is he's one of the most durable people that I've seen. And now I don't know if y'all know he used to do kickboxing. He was a Muay Thai.
Yeah, for sure. I know that.
He fought Amir Krokop, I think twice. He got kicked in his head by Amir Krokop. Amir Krokop is a kicker. He knocked people out with just one kick. He got kicked in his head and he ate it. Damn. Now he got stopped. This is the first thing he got stopped with Daniel. And I could see like his armor is chinky. He's not as durable as he used to be. You know what I'm saying? I think maybe it has a lot to do with his weight and his size not being in so much shape. You know, that takes a toll. So, originally, if he didn't get stopped originally, I wouldn't have seen me stopping him. But now that I seen that he could be stopped,
you gonna kick him?
Like, yeah, I got it. He's like, I got it. I didn't feel,
So I just got to put the pressure on him.
Yeah.
I might not be able to get him down, but if I can get him to look at that ref,
that's all you need.
Well,
hey, that'll
hey, man. Look here, like, I hate to cut it off because this Mike Hunter, man, but he got to do some things. Oh, he coming right back on the front page, baby. As soon as he whooped that boy ass, you heard it here first on the front page. Sure. So I'm 50% of the show, your boy, Mr. One Gotta Go show.
And I'm the other 50%, Mr. J Fowl.
And this is the Front Page Podcast. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Yeah. Until next time, Mike, thank you, man.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, appreciate you, man.
Man, this boy's a class act.
Yeah, man.
And he's a class act in the ring. Yeah. And get you a double cheeseburger on behalf of Big Baby.
Go get y'all some Alky.
And get y'all some